Of course, the ordeal of one of the 276 girls kidnapped from the government girls' secondary school in Chibok, Borno State by the Boko Haram terrorist group in 2014 is the focus of a musical stage play titled Habiba.
But how do we go about this? For my children's sake, I must do something. I can't just sit down and allow those.
The musical will be staged at the Muson Center in Onikon here in Lagos. It tells the story of a vibrant and brilliant young girl kidnapped along with her schoolmates in April 2014 by members of the Boko Haram terrorist group. The aim is to draw attention to the plight of the girl child in the society.
And the director of Habiba, the musical Kelechuku Anunibe, joins us now. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having
Welcome.
me.
What was the mindset behind this movie? Why did you choose the Chibok story to go stage play?
I must take it from what the last presenter said. It's a personal thing for me. I believe that we've gotten to that point where we need to start talking about the rights of the girl child. So for us, this is an advocacy thing for the girl child. We're talking about the girl child abuse. You know, in some parts of the country, there's this notion that the girl child must not go to school. So these are the issues we are bringing to fore with this stage musical. And we believe strongly that one of the best ways to actually help the society to change is to actually start putting things in our face through plays, through movies and entertainment. It's very fast to actually sift through the society and get things to go get across to us. So
Your strategy in this movie, or in this stage play, seemed to be woven around a particular character. How powerful is it? Even though we know that it goes beyond Habiba, the Chibok story, of course, involves hundreds, at least 200 girls. Yes. But why one character as the key person?
Okay, so well, from my background in theater, the best way to actually take a story out there is to personalize it. So what we did was to like create a fictional character. It's not like Habiba, it's actually one of the girls, but we created a fictional character to portray, represent every girl. The Habiba represent every woman in Nigeria, in Africa, in the world. That's what we're looking at doing. I want to tell the story from somebody's point of view. Somebody's point of view, the girl, the Habiba girl. So that's what we did with this story, to say, tell us your own experience. Of course, all the 276 girls plus, they probably have different experiences to share, but we're saying let's come from the angle of just one of the girls, a fictional character to use.
All right. Okay, so Nigerians are not too used to stage plays. How do you think this will resonate amongst them such that they will want to go to the Muson Center to watch this play?
The good thing about Nigeria of today is the culture of cinema, theater is actually on the rise.
Over, yeah.
So it's taking over, and of course, music actually, I think it started strongly in this direction from like 2015. So we believe that this is actually part of the renaissance of theater in Nigeria and the entertainment industry as it concerns filmmaking, theater, performing arts and things. So that's why we said, okay, let's go in this direction, paint a picture for the people on stage that they can see. And
all right.
Well, I wish you all the best. So the action, so to speak, begins tomorrow.
Yes.
We'll see how it goes. Thank you very much, Kelechuku Anunibe, for talking with us.
Thank you so much.
All right, we'll move now to the Chibok girls issue now. The ordeal of one of the 276 girls kidnapped from the government girls' secondary school in Chibok in Borno State by the Boko Haram terrorist group in 2014 is the focus of a musical stage play titled Habiba.
But how do we go about this? For my children's sake, I must do something. I can't just sit down and allow those.
Also, the musical will now be staged at the Museum Center in Onikon, Lagos this weekend. It tells the story of a vibrant and brilliant young girl kidnapped along with her schoolmates in April of 2014 by members of the Boko Haram terrorist group. The aim is to draw attention to the plight of the girl child in the society.
And the director of Habiba, the musical, Kilechukwu Anunibe, joins us now. Of course, in the studio is one of the actors in the stage play, Bridget Okonkwo. Thank you very much for joining us. Okay, let's start with Bridget now. You play the character Habiba. Tell us how it was for you being in the den of the Boko Haram insurgency.
Okay, generally as an actor, you have to step into the shoes of the character you're playing. Of course, I haven't met any of the girls yet, but then I had to just imagine, the pain and the, torture that they must have felt, during those times. And reliving it was just, it was really tough. So you just have to come and watch to see.
What was your role basically about?
So it's like a fictional character of one of the girls, trying to depict, what those girls went through. So Habiba is one of the Chibok girls that, were abducted at the, in 2014. So basically, she was also one of the girls that escaped. So yeah, basically that's
all right. So getting into that character and experiencing, or so to say, what she might have experienced back then, how do you think portraying this character in a stage play will resonate amongst Nigerians that will come and watch it?
Oh yes, that's what we're trying to do. We want to sensitize people, tell people not to forget. This, and it's not just about the Chibok girls. It's just an avenue. We're using that story to talk about women generally and what women go through in our society today, the injustice, the segregation. It's a lot, and we just want to put more pressure on people and then the government to act more and see the pain that people are going through, and then do something about it. I'm basically telling people not to forget.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let me put you on hold now and get more from Kilechukwu, the director of this stage play. It's rather exciting, but then it's also sad because this is a story that is still going on. It hasn't ended. About half of the girls haven't been found yet. Government promises to ensure everyone is safely returned. But how does this reflect in your work?
Well, like Bridget said, we are trying to still bring these issues back to the social consciousness of the nation. And what we try to do with the story is to actually tell it from the point of view of that fictional character, Habiba, that we created, to drive home the point of issues around girl-child abuse, girl-child education, and every other thing that has to do with it. So for us, Habiba is an archetype of the woman in the society, of the girl-child. And of course, for me, it's personal in the context that I have two girls. Okay. So it's a thing. What kind of society am I planning to leave for my children, the girls that I have? What kind of Nigeria do we want to leave for all of the girls that we have? I think the story has it that about 105 of the girls are still missing. And of course, and this thing keeps happening every day.
Yeah.
So it's an issue, like she said, we need to keep putting pressure. We need to keep reminding the government and everybody, not just the government, that these girls are still out there missing. That girls are still exposed to dangers that this patriarchal society, created by men, there's still so much. So we need to actually start doing something about it. So this is our own way of walking the talk, rather than just sit down, criticize government, criticize everything. Let's do something to just put it in the face of the people that I think it's about time we join her. Let's relive the story together. Okay, so
you feel a theater is the best way to put it in the faces of the people?
I strongly believe that. I have evidences to do that, but I know time will not permit us to go into history to say how these things happen, how theater can help shape the society.
So tickets are pre-sold already, or there's still room to buy tickets?
Oh, there's still room to buy tickets at the venue. Yeah.
All right, so back to you, Bridget. What is this about really for you? This isn't your first work, if I can correctly guess.
Yeah.
But what do you hope to make out of this experience?
I love the fact that we can make an impact with what I do. You know, so basically it is not just, oh, we're coming to entertain. It's using, like he said, walking the talk. You know, using what you do, using your craft to actually change narratives, using my craft to actually, you know, make an impact in the society. So it's beyond just coming to enter. You'll be entertained, of course, you know, but then it is the message.
Humor. There's humor.
Of course, there's humor.
There's musical.
It's a musical, so there's dance, there's music, and you know, it's a whole package. But at the end of the day, you leave with that. It's thought-provoking as well. So you live with that mindset that, oh, I need to stand up and do something.
Well, Bridget Okonkwo, thank you very much for talking with us on TBC Breakfast, as well as Kelechukwu. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Let's move on now. The ordeal of one of the 276 girls kidnapped from the government girls secondary school in Chibok, Borno State by the Boko Haram terrorist group in 2014 is now the focus of a musical stage play titled Habiba.
But how do we go about this? For my children's sake, I must do something. I can't just sit down and allow those...
The musical will be staged at the Muson Center in Onikon, Lagos. It tells the story of a vibrant and brilliant young girl kidnapped along with her schoolmates in April 2014 by members of the Boko Haram terrorist group.
Well, the aim is to draw attention to the plight of the girl child in the society.
As such, fun atmosphere there. And the director of Habiba, the musical, Kelechukwu Anunibe, joins us now. And also in the studio is one of the actors in the stage play, May Okanigbe. I hope I pronounced it right.
Yes, you did. Okanigbe is fine.
Okay, thank you very much. So, walk us through the character you're playing now. Why, when you were given the script, what came to mind?
Okay, the first time I saw the script and I read it through, I actually got very emotional because Habiba tells the story of a young teenage girl who went through so much that we as adults can't even imagine. So it's a blend of fiction and reality, and it gives you just that equal blend that makes you feel the story. So it's almost as if you were there, even though we know we can't even compare the experiences, but that is how it makes you feel. So the first time I read the script, it took me on a journey. It really took me on a journey, and I just couldn't wait for everybody to see it, basically.
Was the appeal for you also due to the fact that this is a stage play? It's also, yes, I see a form of songs now, you know, all in display. Did it dampen or did it also highlight, you know, the message in
I think
the
every
work?
song that was put in place is there to highlight the message. So we have some comical elements, we have some tragic elements. So every song just goes to push that message a bit further. You know how powerful songs can be. So it's a musical. So you have the dialogue, you have the music, you have the dance. So everything comes together to tell that perfect story.
I'm also curious, Kelechukwu, about you know, the involvement or the content, the humorous content in this work. Now, why so?
Oh, well, because the story is tragic, so we don't want to leave it at that level. People are actually coming out to get entertained. So we want to actually use a blend of entertainment to actually drive home the message. Because if we make it all tragic, all true, people will run away. They probably will not come. So that's why we said, okay, how best can we package this story in such a way that people can connect with it? So that's why we said, okay, of course, the songs, the dance is actually part of every message. Different vices in the society that we've identified as in sub-stories that we're trying to just pick on. So that's what we did with it.
Okay, so we've seen that, I think last year, the anniversary of the abduction of the Chibok girls, we had someone who went into virtual reality. he premiered The Daughters of Chibok, and now we're doing this in stage play. So how will this resonate amongst Nigerians who will come to watch? Because we see that there's been a rise in cinema culture, and so the stage culture is just coming up at this point. Though a lot of people still go to the stage quite right, but it's not as much as those who go to the cinemas. So how will this resonate in such a way that people will consistently want to come and watch stage plays?
Okay, the thing is that different audiences, if you permit me to use that word, who actually feel like, okay, this is what I like doing, this is what actually, the theater culture is on the rise again in Nigeria. For a long time, it went comatose, and with the advent of the musicals and some of these things, so it's bringing it back. So gradually, we trust that Nigerians actually would appreciate this content that we're bringing to them.
All right. May and Kelechukwu, thank you both for your time with us on TVC Breakfast. We wish you a truly successful outing tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's tell you that the views and reactions of our resource persons on the topics discussed today are their views and have no connection with TVC News.
Well, thank you very much for watching. Remember, you can keep up with us on all our social media platforms using the hashtag TVC Breakfast.
Have a lovely weekend. Thank God it's Friday.
Bye-bye.
Bye.